Welcome everyone
Thank you.
to today's In the Kitchen. I am really excited for all of the Canadians in the room. We have Canadian Thanksgiving coming up in like just over a week. It's a really special time for our family because one of my children is born actually on the 12th of October. And so always we seem to be celebrating a birthday around Thanksgiving. And we used to celebrate with a turkey. And when we went plant-based as a family, all of a sudden turkey doesn't work. So I get asked all the time, what do you do for Thanksgiving and Christmas and other holidays that you might celebrate? And so we used to do, or we do, and we still do. I'm not going to lie. My kids like the little turkey balls, and one of my kids likes tofurkey. But all of that is made with seitan and other things that have gluten in it. And for this program, I'm definitely staying to the gluten-free side. So we have this amazing recipe for tofu turkey rolls. And so we're going to do that today. And then next week, we're going to tackle some of the side specialties that we like at the holidays for our family. And if you celebrate the American Thanksgiving, you can have this recipe for American Thanksgiving, which is, I think, a month and a half away, the end of November. So all our main ingredients are really tofu and potatoes, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I've got some russet potatoes. I'm leaving the skin on, so I get all of the nutrients from the skin. And I'm just going to take a couple of potatoes and cook them up. So you can cook your potatoes one of two ways. You can boil them, which is the standard way and the way that we do it a lot. So just dice the potatoes. So I've got a couple of potatoes that I've washed the skins already. I'm going to dice them up here. And while I'm dicing them, you can put water to cover. And I'm just dicing them. So the smaller the pieces, the faster they cook. So I'm dicing them up so it's in cubes. And you can put water on, bring the water to a boil, and then from there, lower it and simmer it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And you've got your potatoes are nice and till they're soft to touch with your fork. Now, this is called the long and low way, which is the way to keep the most nutrients in your potatoes or whatever you're doing. And white potatoes, you've probably heard me say this, are perfectly amazing vegetables. They're one of the most nutrient dense foods we have. People can survive on potatoes alone for long periods of time. They did that in the days when they had the famine in Ireland, and they lived on potatoes. So I've just cut my potatoes up. I have a nice steel pot. I'm going to put a little bit of water for steam, not a lot, like literally just a couple of, no more than a quarter cup. And then I'll put the lid on, and then I'm going to put this on the stove and on a high heat. Once the lid is hot to touch, then turn it down. No peeking. It's like rice, right? No peeking. Leave the lid on. And then from there, you let it steam away for about an hour. And again, no peeking. So let me put this on the stove. And for me, I'm putting on a timer because I will forget. And I've done that where I totally forgot and then it scorched the bottom of the pan and burnt the potatoes or whatever vegetables. And you can use this method for any vegetables that you want to do. So that's potatoes on to boil. And then we're going to make our tofu. So what we want, so we want to marinate our tofu for about overnight is best, but at least a few hours so that you get the flavors. And of course, I forgot to bring a dish for that. So we're going to use this dish here, trying to remember everything I need to bring with me. So what I'm going to do is put in the marinade ingredients right now. And I've got my measuring cup. So we have some turmeric. You can use a soy sauce if you want. I prefer the flavor of turmeric. So I've got about 3 tablespoons of turmeric I'm going to put in. I'm putting my liquids in first. That's the Mary. And we've got some apple cider vinegar to have a little bit of acid with it, nice flavoring. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of that. And I will give you the recipe after. I'll have a link for you for where the recipe will be. And also, once the video is edited, I will pop that up too. So if you want to replay the video. And then I'm adding in some maple syrup, just a little bit, another good Canadian flavor. I was watching a cooking show and they were talking about how I think it's Virginia is the place to go in the US for maple syrup. But there's lots in Canada, especially out east. And so what I'm looking for is this lid to be hot to touch. And once it's hot to touch, it's not quite there, then I'm going to turn it down. So you don't have to add the maple syrup, but I find that it's nice